Aegon, second of his name, King of the Andals and the Rhoynar and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm!
My queen.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking another look at Season 2 of House of the Dragon. In late March, Ryan Condal did an interview with Entertainment Weekly, providing some insight on what we can expect. There's some good news and also some lingering concerns. So let's dive in. Ryan sets the stage for the season and teases a plot development as well. This is not a story of goodies and baddies, black hats and white hats, Condal says of the dueling blacks and greens. It's a story of this family that's been rent open by this dispute over who is meant to wear the crown after Viserys passes. Some people think it's Rhaenyra. Some people think it's Aegon. And then there are other people who think, why should it be one of the two of them? Maybe it should be someone else. Maybe it should be me. The fun of this Greek tragedy is seeing, when you introduce a power vacuum to a world like this, how all of these individuals react. Condal leaves open here the possibility of others feeling that they themselves could rule and use the division in the Targaryen family to their own advantage. Fire and Blood readers know what he's teasing here, and I'm glad they're going to be pursuing this angle on the show. Since the end of Season 1, one of the things that's been important to me when looking forward is that they properly present the Winterfell story because Cregan Stark will be an important player. And while I've had some concerns about them perhaps moving too quickly through Jace's time up north, this comment by Ryan is at least encouraging. On Cregan Stark, he says, he's very powerful. Everybody's vying for his army. He's quite a bit younger than Ned Stark was, so it's interesting to see the young wolf, the young Stark Lord, and how he carries himself in the world and the burden that's on his shoulders being Warden of the North. I'm excited for the audience to see and experience that. Condal also adds that he loves a Stark. And while I'm still taking a wait-and-see approach to how they handle the Starks, in this interview Ryan demonstrates a good understanding of Cregan's role. The question remains if he'll receive as much of the spotlight as his character deserves. Nick Romano, the interviewer for this piece in Entertainment Weekly, asked Condal if we'll see Daeron Targaryen in Season 2. I think Ryan's answer indicates a soft no to the question. He said, "That remains to be seen. We will see. Daeron is a fixture and a character in the show. Do not fret, anybody. All in due time." This "do not fret anybody" line is an indication to me that Condal recognizes that many fans and readers of Fire and Blood have been getting impatient regarding Daeron. I've done a few videos on Daeron in the past. I'll link my most recent one below explaining his importance in the series, but yeah, I think it sounds like we're going to have to wait until Season 3. What annoys me is that we're going to get Alicent's brother, Gwaine Hightower, in Season 2. While he does have a place in the story, it's not as significant as Daeron Targaryen, and I think having him appear in Season 3 and focusing on Daeron in 2 would have been the better choice, but let's move on. On a positive note, one of my complaints about Season 1 is that we didn't get to flesh out some characters well enough. Ryan seems to recognize that. The characters that I immediately wanted to get into were the characters that we didn't get to spend a ton of time with at the end of the season because of needing to move through 20 years of narrative, Condal explains. We did not get to spend a lot of time with Aemond, Helena, Jace, Baela, or Rhaena. Those characters are so immediately connected to Rhaenyra, Alicent, Daemon, Viserys, and Otto that we wanted to immediately shine the spotlight on them and get into their internal lives and what they make of all of this. That's great news and one of the more positive reveals to come out of Condal's interview. I'll be excited to see Haren Hall featured prominently in Season 2. Ryan had this to say about it. Haren Hall definitely is its own character in the show. It had its own character in the original books, in the original series when Arya was playing cupbearer for Tywin there. Other than the Red Keep, it's probably the most talked about storied castle in Westeros, and we really wanted to pay service to it. Have to disagree with Ryan there. I think both Dragonstone and Winterfell could easily compete with Haren Hall as the most storied and talked about castles. Haren Hall, though, does have its own special mystique, and it'll be the location of some significant events in House of the Dragon. When the preview trailer came out, I thought this dragon was Helena's Dreamfire, but it turns out that it is actually Laenor's Sea Smoke. One reason was that it's dark here and you can't see Sea Smoke's distinctive pale gray color. The other problem is that he's Laenor's dragon, and while he was claimed by another rider in Fire and Blood, that was because Laenor had died there. On the show, he's still alive. Many of us have speculated that Laenor could return, but we'll have to wait and see. I was also a bit concerned about how they were going to depict Sunfire on the show, but Ryan recognizes the importance of getting the design of Sunfire right. He says, that dragon was described so specifically in the book as the most beautiful dragon who ever lived. I think it was incumbent upon us to try to rise and meet that challenge, but doing so in a way that didn't seem like we were making a dragon from a different show, a fantasy dragon, for lack of a better word. So Sunfire had to exist as a cut above what would be recognized as distinctly beautiful within a world that has 17 other dragons running around. And finally, on the scope of the season, he had this to say. We shot two of the largest sequences that certainly I've ever done as a maker of television, certainly that House of the Dragon has ever done, but certainly we're going to see new things that you have not seen before in this world. There's some pretty epic stuff to come. It's just a couple of months away, guys. Ryan Condal's passion for House of the Dragon comes through in this interview, unlike some people in the latter seasons of another show. While what we've learned about season 2 gives some reasons to pause, I think what Ryan had to say in this interview is largely positive, and I can't wait to see it all come on screen in June. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're interested in more on House of the Dragon and A Song of Ice and Fire, listen to Caraxes and subscribe. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.